Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. My apologies for being late tonight. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. And I hope you guys can hear me okay. So, we are officially halfway through the year. Can y'all believe it? We're already at June 4th. And life is happening all around us. So, I am hopping on with tonight's episode of Trending Recaps. You all know that this is usually a 30-minute segment. So if this is your first time visiting Pandi's Hair, Candy, and More, welcome. If you are already chat family with me, welcome back. I always appreciate you guys coming through and chit-chatting with me. All right. I do have a couple of things that I want to touch on with us tonight. So usually the way I do this, or what I'm trying to do, I should say, this is new. This is a new segment. And so what I'm doing is on Sunday evenings at 8 o'clock, I'm 8:15 today, but typically at 8 p.m., I usually give my trending recaps on what I saw trending in the previous week and also share some other highlights that I saw in the media, in the community, in social media. And we just chit chat and chop it up. So tonight is no different. And again, I try to keep these streams short and brief. This is a new weekly podcast system that I am working with. So I appreciate you all being here. If you didn't remember to do so on your way in, please don't forget to blow dry on the like button for me. Over here, for the most part, the main content on this channel is, of course, hair. Both my love of natural hair as well as my love for wigs. Hey, Miss Kim. Welcome. Thank you so much for popping in. How you doing? I'm trying to turn that music down. It sounds like I'm turning it up. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. I think I might have turned it off, y'all. Did I? No, I didn't. Share it out and like. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I usually come on Sundays. I think this is my second Sunday. Chit-chatting with you all about a few of the trending topics that I've seen going on in the media. You know, a lot of times stuff doesn't get quite covered in certain communities. So I just come through and put my spin on it and see if you all are aware of it. And if not, I bring awareness. And also it's an opportunity for us to chit chat about it. So like I said, they are short and sweet, 30 minutes. And we are in and out. And I do have a couple of topics. But as I was stating, usually the main content on this channel is hair, beauty, self-care, wellness, and motivation. However, this is the Trending Recaps edition. Hey, Denise. Welcome in. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. And yes, I did make it members only for the chat participation because I wasn't sure if any of the mods would be available. And, you know, when I'm in here by myself, I just didn't want to be fooling with all the fool-la-la of folks dropping down and putting craziness in here on my talk show, on my little podcast, right? But I do have some topics for you guys, and I always like to close us out with some good self-care motivation. So I am going to go ahead and jump right into that. Again, if this is your first time stopping through, welcome. And for those of you who are already chat family, welcome back. Always a pleasure to see you all. And if you all have the ability to share this out for me, please do. It does help in the algorithm, and it is much appreciated. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to go ahead and jump right into the first item that I saw trending in the past week. We are already at June, y'all. I just can't believe it. I'm like, dang, where did January, February, March, all these other months go? They done blew by with the quickness, and we are halfway through the year. It'll be 2025 in the blink of an eye. So, like it says, we are going to get into some things on tonight. I have a couple of things I want to share. See if you all have been seeing them in your local media headlines, and if so, what your thoughts are on them. The first thing that I wanted to really bring awareness to, and let me know if you all can hear me when I put up these overlays. Let me check that out first and foremost. Are you guys still able to hear me with that picture up there? If one of y'all wouldn't mind, let me know in the chat. That would be great. It did go by fast, right, Denise? Mike sounds good. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kim. So this is the first order of business that I wanted to bring up because I think this one kind of slips under the radar for us, and the reason why it's on the forefront for me is because working in a hospital, this is something that we push. We literally wear orange every Friday in the month of June to raise awareness. There have been several walks and parades here in my local area because this is something that is unfortunately and sadly on the rise in pretty much every community everywhere. And so it's almost like we become desensitized to it, and that's the unfortunate part about it. So I just wanted to share, in case you were not aware, that June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, okay? And there are certain things that you can be doing in your local area, in your community, in your churches, or on your social media platforms just to raise awareness. This is a whole government initiative that they are asking us all as a community to promote. And it really touches home for me because as a mother of two young men, it just really touches. You know what I'm saying? It tugged at my heartstrings, and it really, really made me want to bring awareness to it here in this arena. So, if you did not know, June is National Gun Violence Awareness Month. And, we all know we've been seeing a rise in the number of gun violence offenses, growing across this country. And so I thought it would be befitting to really bring about some type of awareness and just share this as we get started with this conversation. In particularly, gun violence has actually cut Black life expectancy by over 4 years. So, like I said, this is actually a national public health crisis, and they're asking, the government that is asking for all of us as a whole to join together and commit to ending this assault on our lives and to commit to ending gun violence. And you can actually join and receive free social media marketing tools if you choose to share this on your social media platforms at endgunviolenceawarenessmonth.com. Okay, and there's a hashtag that they ask you to use in your social media posts. It is hashtag endgunviolence.joinUsToday. Okay, So I just wanted to bring awareness to that, and that is going to take me into my next piece. And it seems kind of somber on tonight, I know, and I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I don't want us to forget about these things, and I think it's important that we all keep this on the forefront. You know, we don't necessarily have to go out and protest and do all of that, but we definitely should not forget that these things exist because, like I said, I'm sure you all see it in your areas. Unfortunately, we become desensitized to this madness. Really, Boss Lady Denise, that's sad. So, yeah, let me share with you all. Here was something else that I found interesting. I didn't realize that it had been 3 years. 3 years had gone by. May 25th, 3 years ago, was the third anniversary of George Floyd's incident. And I'm going to refer to the word incident. I'm not going to say the word that is up there. You know why. But y'all, had y'all realized that it had been 3 years since that situation occurred? I was totally like, wow. 3 years this past week. Exactly, Kim. That is the danger when we become desensitized to it. So, what I saw trending in the headlines this past week is that on this third anniversary of the George Floyd case, by former, I'm saying case, I'm not going to say the other word, but the case involving former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, civil rights leaders actually mourn the loss of George Floyd, who of course sparked one of the largest movements in American history. And it was also a reminder of how much still actually needs to be done in regards to police reform. And so I thought, wow, here we are. This was the end of May. Hey, Mocha Mima, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm hoping you all can still hear me with these pictures up. But I thought it was ironic going into June, which, as I stated in the beginning, is actually National Gun Violence Awareness Month. So, yeah, civil rights leaders actually put out a huge call to action to every community that this year on May 25th, which was last week, the NAACP president and CEO, Derek Johnson, actually paid tribute to George Floyd while demanding immediate police reform and policy changes throughout the nation. And in the aftermath of the George Floyd case, many, many Black Americans continue to grapple with countless injustices as a consequence of simply broken law enforcement, cracks in the system, and simply the fear that comes from just being Black in America. So, again, raising awareness, guys. 3 years have gone by since this situation occurred, and we are in National Gun Violence Awareness Month. And this brings me to this next story that I saw. Also, in alignment with this story, unfortunately, this one involved a young man. And I'm going to share a little bit of his backstory. And then I'm going to take it from a not so somber mood. And cheer us up with some positivity. So this next story involves 15-year-old Cornelius McGee Jr. And a gentleman or a man by the name of, let me get back to my notes, Andrew Bankhead. Okay. I don't know if you all are familiar with this story. Okay. So this also occurred last week. This was trending in the headlines. Former Mississippi police officer Andrew Bankhead has now been identified through social media as the man who shot and ended 15-year-old Cornelius McGee Jr.'s life while he was running away after being caught with Bankhead's daughter. The social media page of Andrew Bankhead, although unsubstantiated, also show him in his police vehicle as well as other posts confirming his previous position in law enforcement in Mississippi. So I was just floored by that story because, again, I guess I was pondering, wow, 3 whole years have gone by since this thing with George Floyd. We're now in June, National Gun Violence Awareness. It's like, I don't know about your area, but in my area in South Carolina, the gun violence is through the roof. And it's sad to say it's really high in the minority community. And so I'm like, wow, what can we do? Like I said, working in the hospital, we have this whole initiative where we are trying to raise awareness. We got marches going on. We got walks. There are all kind of events all over the community, but it almost feel like you're walking into a brick wall because you cannot get through to, and I hate to put it on just the young people, but in most of these cases, it's the young people that are caught up in these situations. But in this particular story, Mocha says she remembers hearing about it. Wow, I am just late to the freight. I guess I wasn't really paying attention, but I was all up in the news headlines trying to really prepare for this story on tonight. And it was sad, y'all. It was sad. But here is what I was able to find out in just reading some of the reports. So they stated that this particular incident occurred near Park Lane and West 2nd Street in Clarksdale, Mississippi on Monday, May 22nd, around 4:30 p.m. Police were called to Bankhead's home after he reported a burglary and found McGee Jr., on the scene. I'm not going to say the word because, baby, I do not want to get flagged. Now, Jacqueline Rash, Cornelius McGee's mother, paints a very different picture of what happened that evening and says that her son was ill. I took the K off the front, y'all. Bear with me. After visiting Bankhead's daughter. She told the local news media there that Bankhead did not approve of her son's relationship with his daughter and had previously told him not to visit her at his home. But according to Rash, which is his mother, the young boy's mother, Bankhead's daughter snuck her son into the home through her bedroom window. And when Bankhead discovered the boy in his home visiting his daughter, McGee got scared and tried to run away. Rash said that Bankhead, SHO, you know the rest, the boy in the back as he was trying to jump the fence. Now, in a Facebook post, she shared lots of pictures, and different photos with her and her son. And I mean, he just looked like a regular, loving 15-year-old boy who unfortunately was doing what 15-year-olds do, trying to sneak over and see his girlfriend, y'all. So again, the purpose of me sharing all this information, y'all, was not to put us in a sad or somber mood, but just to remind everybody this stuff is getting out of control. We are losing our children. We are losing our children. I remember once upon a time, it used to be like, oh my God, our men, I would constantly be in fear for our men. But I mean, when you look at it, you got Sandra Bland, you got Breonna Taylor. So it's not just the men. You got Ahmaud Arbery. You have all these situations and all these scenarios, and it is getting ridiculous. So the purpose of tonight's podcast episode was just to share with you all, put it back on the forefront. I know it is tough. I know we hear about it all the time. We probably get tired of hearing about it all the time. But I get tired of hearing about it all the time. I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh my God, it was another shooting. And if it doesn't really affect you, if it's not your family, it's easy, unfortunately, to become desensitized to it. And that's the sad part, because the community should be embracing these families. I couldn't imagine losing a child or a loved one or a close family friend to gun violence. I just would be totally distraught. I would be totally distraught. So I wanted to again just bring this up to you guys that June is National Gun Violence Awareness Month. And, they are promoting this and raising awareness by wearing orange. We are wearing orange every Friday. And again, let me just share this shocking statistic. Gun violence has cut Black life expectancy by over 4 years. This is a public health crisis. And they are asking local communities, national communities everywhere to simply join with them by committing to raise awareness and promoting this initiative. And you can do so on your social media platforms by using the hashtag #EndGunViolence. Again, this is National Gun Violence Awareness Month.com. You can actually go there and get a free social media kit where there are banners and different PDFs and JPEG files that you can use to post on your social media. We post every darn thing else. Why not raise awareness during this 1 month? Get somebody to think twice about picking up a firearm and taking another life. I just think that's very important, and I wanted to share that on tonight. So I said before we got out of here, I know this was somber, and I don't want us to be down. I just wanted us to be aware. Now that we've done that, we are going to close this conversation out with a little bit of self-care motivation. We're getting ready to approach the work week. We're all on our journeys, whatever that may look like for you. Okay? So I always like to close out with 5 self-care tips that we can do for ourselves to make sure we're operating in a clear headspace. And I like to share them. So I have 5. And this one, I am so guilty of not doing this. That is prioritizing our sleep. Making sure we are simply getting the right adequate amount of sleep, y'all. I think we often take that for granted. I'm going to speak for myself. I know I'm guilty. We take it for granted. But your sleep can actually affect your mood. It can actually affect your immune system. And according to the experts, our mood and our immune system is counting on it. When it comes to taking care of our health and well-being, sleep is pretty much always a part of the answer. Hey, Robert. I'm doing good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting ready to close it out. We just shared a little bit of information on June being National Gun Violence Awareness Month. So just wanted to raise the awareness there for everybody. And now we are closing out with our 5 self-care tips. So now tip number 2, y'all. Know your personal signs of stress. Very important. Know when you are getting stressed out. Know when you need to cut folks short because they work in that very last nerve and you feel yourself bubbling up, getting ready to snap off. Sometimes self-care is all about knowing when you're getting overloaded or overwhelmed and responding. When we know these things and we can identify them, we can prevent that snapping off and we can also prevent burning out. So that's tip number 2. Okay. Yes. Yes, Kim. Woo and saw, baby. Woo and saw. Absolutely right on that one. Ooh, I'm doing good. I'm trying to keep these at 30 minutes. Tip number 3, work it out. Work it out. You should work it out. Spending a lot more time at home does not mean that you get to be a couch potato or just block them out sometimes. I should have known Robert was going to say something. Now, Robert, it ain't always the spouse now. Now, I will admit, sometimes it can be the spouse, but it ain't always the spouse. It's not always the spouse. Staying active. Staying active keeps our bodies healthy physically, and it keeps our risk of chronic health issues down. And it lowers our chances of other acute illnesses such as the C19 and other debilitating conditions. It also boosts our sense of well-being when we have some form of regular physical activity. Experts say that exercise releases endorphins, which are the hormones that make us feel good, sharpens our focus, and of course, aids our sleep. Okay? So staying physically active also lessens the risk of mood disorders, increases energy, and improves mood overall. Oh, Lord. My husband in there talking so loud on the phone. I hope y'all can't hear him. Hey, Miss QT. Ooh, I'm about to get him. He is talking so loud, y'all. Let me hurry up and bring this to a close so I can get him. Tip number 4. Miss Kim cracking up. Can y'all hear him? He is way in the other room and I just heard him getting loud. Test drive a workout that you've never done before. Test drive a workout that you've never done before. Now, I'm going to have to admit, I am guilty of this one. He blocked me out. Right, Robert? You are right about that. I think he did. He's like, oh, she in there on that YouTube. She ain't paying no attention. He probably did. Because he was like, when you going to be off of work tonight? See, he treats it like it's a job now. For his mental clarity. I said, give me about 30 minutes. That is a shame. Oh my God. Okay. But yeah, test driving a new workout. And basically, from what I was gathering on this one, the experts suggest, you know how they say you can get complacent in doing a particular type of workout and that you should switch it up and change it up. I guess your muscles can kind of get used to it, that kind of thing. So mines will be Denise. Yes, I know his cousin was out there, but I think he left. And knowing him, he done called him on the phone after he just went out the darn door. So yeah, this one's just like suggesting if you normally do, like you go to the gym and you do the treadmill all the time, maybe go walking or maybe do the, what do you call that thing? Do something different, the stair stepper, switch it up, or maybe try yoga or something else. Try a new workout. Test drive a new workout, something you've never done before. Okay. And then the last one, of course, is adding more fruits and vegetables to our day. As long as he doesn't try to walk past my look, that's why I'm not on camera too, because he certainly didn't have his he certainly got on his house clothes. I'll say that. Oh my God. See, I'm getting distracted laughing at y'all. You want to try hot yoga? I don't even know about yoga, man. I don't know about yoga, but you've been doing really good, Denise. I be seeing your videos. So yeah, this one is just suggesting add more fruits and vegetables to your day. I'm good. I'm so good with I eat a salad every single day. My coworkers think it's crazy because they're like, how can you eat a salad every single day? I would be so tired of it. But I love vegetables. And I will do it like every single day for about 2 to 3 weeks straight. But then after 2 to 3 weeks, I want like a sub sandwich or some tacos or some kind of real food. But I found that when I do the smoothies in the morning and then have, my salad, which is a big salad that I have for lunch at work. And when I come home and eat a regular dinner, I feel so much better. I feel lighter. I don't feel like I've pigged out for the day. So those are my 5 self-care tips just to help, get you back on track, get you prepared for your coming work week or school week. And also, again, just to put that out there in the forefront of your mind, y'all. We're halfway through 2023, and that is a very important initiative that is going on for the month of June. And I just really didn't want us to forget. There's things that we can be doing if you are in some type of leadership capacity, either in work or church. Mention it. If you're on social media, post it. Post the hashtag. Get you a free flyer. If there are young people, and particularly if you're in a coaching capacity, I know I used to teach Sunday school for a very long time. I don't anymore. But whenever I talk to people, I'm just trying to get into the habit of sharing, it is National Gun Violence Awareness Month. And we really need to do something because these numbers are on the rise and we are losing entirely too many young people. People overall as a whole, but the young people it's saddening. It's saddening. So that does conclude tonight's trending recaps. Again, this is a new segment. It is a podcast. I try to keep them down to 30 minutes. In these episodes, you will find trending entertainment news, world news, self-care motivation, as well as exclusive interviews. I do have a couple lined up with a few content creators that are going to be scheduled on the homepage. So stick around and stay tuned. Make sure that y'all have the notification bells tapped so that you guys are in the know of what's going to be happening. These shows will be airing on Sunday evenings at 8 to 8:15ish. Usually I try to be here on time at 8, but this is a whole nother segment. So thank you guys for being here. If you have the ability to share this out for me, please do. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there, stay encouraged, stay blessed, don't stress. And I will see y'all in the next video. All right. Yes. Is it Real Housewives? Robert, now you know we can catch up on the Real Housewives now. Give me 30 minutes, boo. All right, y'all. Have a good night.